Guys, Susanna here. Well, I am back with this lovely piece, and I am apologise for taking so long in doing this. So yeah, as you know, like I had the retreat and my back got sore and it was really hard to do any stitching. So in the previous video that I did, which was a while ago, this thing to stay. It's taking quite a bit to stitch this down, so I added some other little bits and pieces. So what I might do is I'm just going to do just a little bit of stitching and chatting. I'd like to, it's just taking so long because it's such a big piece. These bits are more for the next, like the panel that's gonna, the flower that's gonna go there. So I won't worry. I just probably will stitch them down so that I can do that off camera. Just adding a little bit of texture, but I can just leave that until that prompt is there. So I'll do this, and I'll put these down, and I will finish stitching around there. But I'd like to add, you know, like maybe some bullion knots and all that kind of stuff in there, and I will probably stitch this down too. Actually, I'll probably stitch it down just here and leave it up here so that the next lot of fabric can line in. So so what I'm doing now, it's sort of a bit tricky to know what to do because it's going around and you've got to have bits that are not getting filled in. I'll have a look. I am in camera. So how are we all going? This is like my first actual recorded video since the retreat. After the retreat, the following week after the retreat, I just went to my family camp thing. Oh, I think it's a bit, when you get stuff like that, you need to, I'll just put it in my hair to make it so it will go through a little bit better. Gives a bit of grease, but there is a few layers it's got to go through. Yeah, I went to my, I'm one of a big family, and I had a family camp thing in Halls Gap, which was really nice. It was just, I needed it to relax. I'm actually, Corinne was unwell, but I think we both ended up being quite unwell. Even though my back was better, I was exhausted. So it's taken me a little bit to get back in having the mojo of actually doing, oh, God grief, some stitching. Doesn't help when it doesn't come easy, does it? So I'm just going to stitch the word lilies down. It's being stitched down around here, and I'll go back. I might go back. There we go. Yeah. So it was nice. It was relaxing. It's how I needed to be. It was going somewhere and you're not in your own place, and you know, Halls Gap is beautiful, but I just did a lot of, you know, chatting with the family and just not doing much of anything at all, which is what I needed. So okay. Might just finish it off there. Don't really need it in there because it's being held down with that. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'd say first official slow stitching video after the retreat. I did do the hauls and show you, you know, what happened at the retreat. I've had a few people asking about, because they've heard me say that you know, for next year's retreat. I've got the dates. It's the 3rd to the 6th of March next year. I've already booked it in, but I've got, you know, still doing everything, but it's going to be officially, you know, deposit on my website in April. So I thought I've got to, you know, still only just doing stuff from this retreat, so I don't want to be preempting, but I understand, you know, that people need notice so that they can book holidays and flights and all that kind of stuff. So unofficially, the 3rd to the 6th of May, well, it's definitely official because I've booked it in, went downstairs at the venue and booked in for next year. So, but still in the process of doing the panels and all that kind of stuff. So, but I want to concentrate on this year's panel because we haven't even done stitching of that on my YouTube yet. So, but yeah, sort of, you need to do a lot of planning ahead. And I was talking to the ladies and they said, you know, it's good to have at least a year's notice so that you can put in your annual leave and all that kind of stuff. And especially if you're coming from overseas, gives you a bit of time to save. And if you can book a flight earlier, it's always cheaper. I know it was when I went to Paris, because I booked it, you know, over a year in advance. It did cost a lot less. Okay, now, okay, I got these. This is the ones I got from when I went to the Balan, and it matches that beautifully. So yeah, I've got so many things to catch up on, but I thought I'd better do Botanical Beauties because I'm behind on that. And I've got the last part of my little scrappy bag to do, but I wasn't too worried about it because it does have it on my YouTube channel, like as in on my playlists. When I made the first one, the instructions for the second one are exactly the same. So yes, I haven't finished the one that I've made, but I wasn't too worried that leaving you in the lurch because the instructions are there. You just got to go onto Scrappy Bag playlist, and it'll be the third video in the playlist of when I made this one. So the instructions of putting it together are exactly the same, but I still will do it. But I have been a busy little beaver. It's been quite overwhelming. Yeah, as in having to do everything. Yeah, I really did need a bit of relaxing time, but I have to admit, it has been a little overwhelming. Okay, take this out and I'll put it over like that. I might grab some of these ones because I'm only going to be stitching down a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to grab it. Okay. Okay. You see it's got green bits and pieces, but I will just stitch to about here and then leave this so that it can I can tuck the fabric underneath. So now let me see, I still am in camera. I'll move it over. Oh, it's so pretty. See, this is got this little one, still got that hole in it, but I don't mind. I had two of these and I thought I'll put this one on there just in case, and then the other half, Carolyn, hi Carolyn, from the retreat, she really loves lilies, and I said, well, I've got the other half, if you want to have it. I'm probably not going to use it. So Carolyn got my other half of the painted thing, which will be nice. She could probably use it for this prompt or whatever she wants. Okay. Now, yes, I was a bit sad I couldn't make it to the Roxy Girls workshop. Very, very annoying, but that's just how it is. I had to get better, and it's amazing what the chiropractor does to make you get better. Oh, everything about this is quite tedious. I mean, I love Lillies, but it just feels like I haven't done a video in ages, and I'm just not seem to be enjoying it as much as I should be. That's how it goes, doesn't it, sometimes? I think the bigger the tablecloth gets, the harder it is to be, you know, to be able to work with. There's a cord on something underneath. No, there we go. Yep. So yeah, nothing too exciting for you, but just a bit of the sitting. It's like stitching with Sue's catch up. I may have to, you know, if I haven't got this finished, I may just have to stop it for a bit and then go on to the next prompt, which, you know, because that's going to be coming out in April, so and I can get back to it. Not a deal breaker. So, okay. So I've been using my iPad, which has got better sound quality and better picture quality, but it is very close because that, you know, like everything's quite close, and I've just got it sitting on my little rulers like I did with my phone, but I'll just go along here. It does make everything close. A bit hard to zoom things out, but it's definitely better sound quality, because I was talking pretty quiet in the hall, but it picked it up quite well, which was good. So I shouldn't have any complaints now anymore about me being quiet, because the sound quality of the iPad is a lot better than my phone, and it's good having not using the phone, because if I've got anything that I've, you know, like photos or whatever that I want to look up on my phone, I've actually got another device that I can, you know, Google it up or look things up and show you, because I'm not using it. Oh, I can feel this movement in my hair. I think it's... Okay. It's amazing how quickly it's gotten from being really warm. I think Corinne took the hot weather with her when she came here, and then she took it back home, because it's actually quite cool here now. I don't mind. I'd rather the cool weather. So yeah, it was quite warm when she was here, but it wasn't too warm for Corinne. She's used to it. Warm for us Ballaradites. Okay. Go back down. Now, where's my cushion? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, yeah, I've got exciting stuff planned ahead. I'm looking forward to creating all the different projects on my panel from the retreat, and you'll have a treat with when you see Corinne making her panel. Like, her panel is just beautiful. It's so nice, but that's to be expected. Yeah, so because I didn't film my process, I just needed to get it done, and I thought I'll film creating other stuff with it. So I'll probably do a bit of filming with that after I've done some of this, actually. So have to look on the back what I've done. Okay, I could probably go in. Where are we? It's nice just having this. I cut this out as a bit of texture. I think it is nice having that. I'm here. Okay, we'll go back. I think I might go through the middle a bit more. Yeah, so what else can I tell you that I've been up to? Oh, I don't know. I'm just a bit, ugh. Ow. Yeah, I feel like you just go through phases where you feel like you've lost a little bit of mojo. I reckon I'm at that point at this time. Not, design-wise and stuff and things. Sometimes you just feel a bit out of it. Don't always feel like stitching. And, yeah, it did take a bit of a toll on me having a bad back. It makes you really appreciate when you're healthy, how good you got it. My back was starting to heal up, and then for some reason, I don't know whether I knocked it or whether it was the chiro sessions or whatever, my rib started to hurt, and I'm like, seriously? It's not one thing, it's the other. And yeah, so it does make you feel like crap. Oh, so it makes you feel like such an old fart. Ugh, I feel like a whinging old woman. Now, okay. So, where are we? Here, I might just go along here. It's a perfect little match. It's great. You can't see the colour, which is what I want. So I'll probably go along here. Hold this down. And then I think I'll just use up the thread that I've got. Some of you may notice this when you looked at Corinne's haul, I gave her this. I kept the inside of it. It was sort of more like this, and she got the ribbon embroidery, but it's just a really lovely colour. So she's got some of this as well, but hers has got the ribbon embroidery on it. She certainly got a lot, to the point where she had to leave some stuff behind, and I will be taking it with me to when I go and see her in June. Those bloomin' irons, a kilo each. When I said, "You sure you want to grab them?" But she's glad she did, because you don't find them as readily over there as you do here in Victoria. So yeah, should be all right. But yes, so she's got enough to keep her going for a while. And when I go visit her, it's going to be more of just a relaxation visit. And my hubby's coming with me this time, so he'll actually get to meet Gary. Corinne and my hubby got on like a house on fire. They were quite chatty. I knew she would get along all right with him. I might leave that. Yeah, I think it will. Yeah. So in the mornings they were yabbering away about all this philosophical stuff. And I'm like, yay, someone else my husband can bug rather than me. And they were yapping away about everything. And I'm like, yep. So I said, oh, when I go over to your place, it'll be me and Gary will be like, yep, nod. Because we're, need to give us time to wake up. I used to be a real morning person when I was a kid. But as I've gotten older, not so much. Just need to wake up a little bit before I do too much yapping. So, yeah, sure, I'm looking forward to it. It should be nice. And it's at her new house. I stayed at her old house in Brisbane when I was up last time. So I get to see her new house in Burrum. And she lives right near the beach, which my husband loves the beach. So he's just looking forward to having a nice relaxing time. Yeah, see, that's fine. That's stitched down. Next lot will go in there. Probably what I might do is just get a pin and hold that down. Almost need a little safety pin, but I thought if I get one of these ones. So what I need to do, oh, it's pretty. Isn't it nice? Just gives a bit of texture and colour. I like it. And here's the other one I bought from the place, and look how perfectly it matches that. So that's what I'll be stitching down. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully that was all in camera. I'm really hoping. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, and that's in June. So, and then I'll see her again in March. It's like we see each other. I go to her place, she goes to mine. So she'll be back here in March again for the retreat next year. So, okay. And I think, actually, I'll let Corinne announce what she's going to be doing. I don't want to take anything away from what she's doing, so yeah. Okay, oh, it's looking really pretty, but you can tell that I wasn't well when I was stitching some of this down. It's not as good as what I would like it to be. The only downside of having a new iPad is it zooms in really close, so you see all the mistakes. Not good. So, okay, I think that'll do. I can always grab more if I need it. One of the things I was excited about in the pack, I don't think I showed you, was from the Roxy Girls. When I got the pack, I got this, and I'm like, oh, I've always wanted one of these needle things that Rachel has. So that'll come in handy. Now, so I think it needs to be stitched down a little better. I think, has that been stitched down? I've left it unstitched in some places. What I was thinking, because I had the Botanical Beauties along here and I've just ironed it off, I'm thinking of just putting fabric and then doing Botanical Beauties in this, like on calico and I'll stitch it on top. I think that's a better way because it'll be more cohesive, because it's going to be completely filled, this whole thing, over the point, you know, over the year with fabrics. So I think I'm better off putting it on the top. So at least putting this down here gives me, that's where the centre is, and all the fabrics and stuff can go towards that. And I don't care if you see some of the linen, because it's quite nice linen. So you'll probably see some of the linen. Might even put a bit of lace or whatever. Be interesting to do the finishing off bits. So what I might do here is I might just, to begin with, maybe just, it does get rather tricky. When you've got chunky bits. So we're gonna what I might do is just go on each of the petals, go across, and in the bottom. You want it to grab properly. I think this would be easier to do off camera, to be honest, but sit and yap. Okay. I was going to do a Lily of the Valley embroidery, which I still might later on down the track, but yeah, at this point I just want to get the basics done, and I think that will be enough, and then I can come back and do any bits and pieces I need to. Some have been you know, a little bit more work than others, but because this is, I made this bigger than Ben-Hur, I think I bit off more than I could chew. Okay, I'm just going to go like that. There we go. Oh, seriously. Yes, so yeah, I hope you're all going okay, and I have missed interacting with you guys. It feels like it's been ages since I've done a video, and I can tell I'm a bit rough, as in losing my mojo, as in what to say, and I don't know. I'll be right. I could just hear Corinne in my head, quit your moan and just keep doing it. Now, put that away. Perfect colour. So I'll just do the one with you guys, and then I probably will turn it off and do it off camera, because it is a little awkward at this stage. Everything's grabbing on everything. I might take this off because I'm not going to need it here for that reason. See, I'm not going to need it on there until I'm up to that prompt. So, but I just don't want to lose it, if you know what I mean. So I'll pin them together. Actually, I've got a little pin. So I'll pin these together so I know that they're meant to be, I know exactly what flower's going there. And it's probably, you know, about 4 or 5 flowers down the track. So I'll pin these to that flower that I've got in mind in my little Botanical Beauties box of tricks. So at least this is not going to catch on it. So where are we? There we are. Down. Okay. I've still got to work on my stitch the seasons as well. Like I haven't even finished summer and we're in autumn. I've got to start that. So I'm just going to chill and get around to it when I get around to it. So got quite a lot of things on this year, and it is called slow stitching and I can't do everything. Just got to do it when I can do it. Even being slow on my UFOs, but that'll happen when it happens. Okay, so I'll do, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I've got a bit of a knot in the middle. Can hold that down. Really hope it's going to behave itself. Yep. Okay, and I'll come up here and give it a rest. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think a bullion knot would be nice on there, so I might do a bit of stitching along here. And I don't really need to do it on here because that is already been done and I just painted it, so I just stuck it down. So just stitching these down, maybe a few lines on here. So just to give it, I might actually, I'll do it in pink. I need to see some of these lines. Put it come in here with a bit of white, so I'll go over it in pink, and then gives me a bit of it. So I'll do like a back stitch or something like that, and maybe even along there, so it will hold that down but also give it a bit of a feature. Yeah, probably come in around there in the green. That'd be nice. So I'll probably do, when I stitch that down, I might do these lines. I think it'd be nice just to give it a bit of something. Yeah, it's looking rather cute. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, I'm liking how it's looking so far. So I will catch you in the next video, which is probably going to be me starting on my panel. Actually, it will be the next video. I wanted to do that on the 28th, so I'll definitely need to be starting doing that. Okay, so I will catch you on Thursday with starting the panel. Ooh, I'm very excited about doing that. It should be good. Thanks for watching. Bye.